Dear viewers, welcome to our channel. It's good to have you here. In today's video, we are going to disassemble the transmission of this single cylinder pickup truck. Well, this is a single cylinder diesel engine, 375cc. Here is the model and manufacturer of the engine. Here is it. Now we are having difficulty shifting gears. Gears will be selected, but there is no power output coming out of this transaxle. So we are going to disassemble it and see what is causing the problem. Well, previously we have opened the clutch cover. Here is the clutch housing. The clutch cover was opened and we have found that the clutch mounting bolt was loose. So that must have caused some damage internally. We're going to figure out that. So stay tuned until the end. We're definitely going to love it. Well, let's begin by draining the transmission oil. Let's do that. So this is where the drive shaft is installed. Same thing on that side. This will be inserted such a manner. Let's proceed to removing the clutch so that the gearbox can be detached. we found a couple of days ago was that what we found when we previously inspected this was that this clutch center bolt, it became loose. This bolt became loose and the whole clutch assembly was disconnected from the input shaft when we previously opened it. That is the reason for this transmission to get removed from the vehicle, and we're going to see what damage that removal has caused internally. So this is the main cause of the disassembly. Became loose. Seems this lock is not holding up. Well, it needs disassembly. One thing I discovered is that this here, it's like it has been delocated from the support systems. So this is the reason for the disassembly. Now everything is removed. Let's tap it and open it. Brass rod. Differential assembly. So this is a differential assembly. As you can see, it is very dirty. The oil must have been contaminated. If we have a look at the power flow, this is the output from the transmission. This is the output from the transmission. Actually, here we have the input from the engine. Clutch will receive that power and transmit it to this input gear. This input gear will transmit that power to the output shaft. Now that output shaft comes to here. So when now this is directly connected, it will be moving direction. And look what happens when this is engaged. When this is engaged to this gear, by moving this lever, it's very tough. Let me remove the spring for ease of access. Now this is the reverse selector linkage. Now when it is like so, power from this input will go to this gear. From this gear it will come here, then it will be transmitted to the final differential gear through this gear assembly. So now the idea is we have introduced an idler gear in between. The rest of the times the transmission will be in such a manner. Directly from here, directly from this input, it will come to the differential ring gear. So this is the forward assembly. When the vehicle is driven in the forward direction, power from here, it will directly go to the differential. But when reverse is selected, this linkage will be moved to that side. Power flow will be from this input to this gear, then from this gear to the idler, and finally this gear will be driving the differential ring gear. So this is how direction change takes place in this manual transmission. There is some bearing damage, it seems. We are going to open it up and see what exactly is going on. This is a gear selector. Gear shifting is done by moving this in and out. So this is the input gear assembly. This one is the output gear assembly. Gear selection is done by moving this up and down. The star connector will connect each gear individually to the shaft, and this is a counter gear that receives power from the clutch. This is it, guys. This is where the maximum wear is observed. You see the bearing surface is totally damaged. This is a gear selector. You go up and down to get inserted in between here and engage the fix. So this is all about the disassembly. Now we will go through complete cleaning, washing, and finally we will assemble it, put it back together, and see how it operates.